Nothing's changed. The view ain't different. Everything looks the same.
Hello, hello, hello. I am super glad to be here. It is not quite 7. I'm just playing a little music. Hey, Keisha. Hey, Tracy. I am so excited that you guys, you have been here every step of the journey, and I want to thank each of you personally for that. I appreciate you so much. I'll wait a couple of minutes to toast. Anyway, I am playing a little music. This was a song I wrote about 10 years ago entitled Someone Else's Life. I was going through a difficult time and it felt like, oh my God, I just can't do this. I'm clueless. Hey, oh man, this must be someone else's life. And when I think of how much has gone on in the last year, how many people have not survived that year, how many teachers have left the profession, how many educators have left the profession, I simply think about, wow, I am grateful. At the top of the hour, I like to do the I am simply grateful for being able to do everything that I have been able to do and to just be here. That's it. So I am going to actually switch over and cut off my music, even though that one always puts me in a really good mood. My world is falling apart. Back on track. Got to win that. All right. Thank you again for joining me each week for Small Bites. I appreciate it so much. The time, not only that you spend learning here, but the time that you actually go out and take what you learn here and use it to be a better practitioner. I appreciate that more than anything because I do this. It's a work of the heart. But I do it kind of for my kid and the kids I teach and the kids who are all over the world learning and they may feel excluded. They may feel not quite like they belong. And so it's all about, I don't know if you know Eileen Wincourt's work, belonging. It's all about belonging. And I know there's a lot of talk about anti-racist work and about critical race theory and those things being divisive and those things being banned legally. But what you really want to concentrate on is a sense of belonging for each one of your kids. And there's no law that can ever ban making every one of your kids be at home. I want to say one quick thing, and then I've got 10 strategies, so I will get started with that. The one thing I'd like to say, if you saw me on Instagram this week, you'll probably have heard this, but I want to thank the LGBTQ community. Last June, we had just suffered seeing George Floyd lose his life horrifically. And the world was in outrage and mourning and protesting. And there was kind of no pride. And there were a couple of great legal battles that the LGBTQ community could have been celebrating. But I feel like they just kind of gave us pride. You know what I mean? Everybody rallied together around the Black community and did that. So I hope you guys are doing it up this year. You deserve it. Thank you for the solidarity. I just want to say that. All right. As you know, this is the 50th episode. Toast, toast, toast. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your comments. I appreciate it. I'm going to try. As you know, quick thing. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Number 2, there is a book study in June. Check out my website for that. If your district needs PD, make sure you write me at 5smallbites@gmail to access that. And mostly, there will be no small bites in this form for summer. You can look forward to summer shorts here on YouTube. And of course, you can still catch me on the podcast on Monday mornings on all of the major platforms. Now that I've said that, 10 strategies, and I promised 10 strategies in under 10 minutes. Let's see how I do. I'm going to count down like old Casey Kasem and nighttime TV and all that good stuff. Number 10, for the Small Bites 50th episode top 10, watch Jay Smoot's Media Literacy Crash Course that delves into media strategies, our reactions to those tricks, and our biases. And use All Sides Media to check the lens through which your favorite news outlets operate. Number 9, use this Precious Children article from PBS to help you understand why teaching acceptance is important early on, and then Try to prepare at least one of those activities for your class or your personal kids this summer in grants. My favorite line in that is, if your group is not diverse, display images of diversity in your community or in U.S. society. Number 8, explore 3 steps to civil discourse in this 8-page socialstudies.org document containing strategies for grades 4 through 12. It's intended for older students, but many of the strategies can be adapted to younger classes. Begin with the first strategy, which lists itself as start with yourself. Number 7, go to Project Implicit. Pick a test or 2. Use those insights that you learn. It's kind of a game, so it's not like you have to go and sit and do a bubble sheet. Use those insights to guide you in mitigating behaviors that might be grounded in bias. Number 6, watch episodes of this. Y'all know I love pop culture, right? And I am a big Shondaland fan. Shonda Rhimes, ABC's Gold Girl, now Netflix Gold Girl. Netflix's Golden Girl. Watch episodes of this season's Grey's Anatomy and Station 19. This season, both Shonda Rhimes shows explore the issues of race, bias, and survival in the face of them. Both shows are on ABC and Hulu. There's an article listed also on their weightiness. Now, if you prefer to laugh while you learn, consider watching Blackish or Mixedish, which also take a sitcom-style view of issues of race, gender, and identity. Number 5, read Marcus Liu's article on 50 categorized cognitive biases. Yes, 50, I said. Pay special attention to the one called moral luck and, of course, the one called confirmation and halo bias. Those are my top ones. And see if they affect you or if you've been guilty of any of those. Number 4, watch this TEDx talk as Dr. Michelle Chapman explains the difference in restorative justice, the differences restorative justice practices can make in a child's life, and how Black children are often perceived as older, angrier, and less in need of nurturing than their white peers. There's also a PNAS article on bias and racial disparities in school discipline that will provide you some context. Number 3, use Ballotpedia to keep up with politics in your area and vote. If you're in Texas, we have runoff elections this weekend. The best thing that you can do to advocate for your kids is to be informed and to vote. And that way you can take care of your family, your community, and your school kids. Number 2, read up on all the stuff we only touch on in our textbooks on the Voices of a People's History website that includes videos, lesson plans, and a full teacher's curriculum guide. Hello, fall planning. Okay, I'm sorry. Did I say that? We shouldn't talk about that yet. Special for this month, there are resources entitled Women, Gays, and Other Voices of Resistance. Learning about the other civil rights struggles is a way to acknowledge the oft unheard voice of women and of the LGBTQ community. Now, for the number 1 strategy from SmallBites 2021 season, learning for justice. Ta-da! There is no real best of that will be blah, 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 I can't talk. There's no real best of that will be complete without learning for justice. You may know it as teaching for tolerance. They've been around a while, but I think they decided that we want to do more than have people tolerate diversity. We want them to learn to be just and fair and equitable. So Learning for Justice is the Teaching for Tolerance site, and they have articles, lesson plans, even teaching standards. And that is your first stop for everything that relates to identity and inclusivity. All right, I did it in less than 10 minutes. As I said as I said earlier, I'm grateful for many, many things. Closing out the school year, surviving this harrowing time, and this harrowing, challenging school year. And of course, I am really, really thankful to you for investing in your children and for coming to learn. Thank you again. I salute not only my 50th episode, but I salute you all. Thank you. I will see you on Spotify, Apple, and all those great podcast places on Mondays. And like I said, SmallBites Summer Shorts will be rolling on YouTube. And I may even reactivate my TikTok. I can get my jam on. Hey. All right. Thank you all so much for stopping by, for listening, for learning. Share SmallBites, and love you guys. Thank you very much. Happy summer! Woohoo!